The exit poll results for Haryana and Jammu and Kashmir are out. They predict a big comeback for the India bloc, as they seem to be ahead in both the states. While National Conference Congress Alliance seems to be ahead in Naya Kashmir, the Hooda magic seems to have worked in Haryana. Now, let me take you through each state one by one in my poll of polls. And the poll of polls are saying हवा बदल रही है. So we will be showing both poll of polls, Jammu and Kashmir and Haryana. Brijesh, to you, the poll of polls, Jammu and Kashmir, the big picture is very, very clear. If you look at National Congress, Gulistan 31-36, People's Pulse 46-50, Dainik Bhaskar 35-40, C Voter 40-48. So it's very clear that the BJP is 28, 23, 20, 27, PDP 5-7-4-6. So is there a picture you have in mind?
Well, I think if you go by this, and I'm reminded of a incident which happened during campaign when Omar Abdullah, took out his hat and said that in Gandarbal, said, "My honor is at your feet," and that was seen to be a big climb down by Omar Abdullah, and Omar Abdullah later on said that this is a new reality post the Baramulla defeat. I think it is a clear decisive edge if we go by just these figures, a decisive edge to both NC and Congress party. And if you also underscore fact which has been pointed out by Ajit ji, that if you take PDP, which is part of the India alliance, then it looks like a decisive edge and a comfortable majority for the Congress plus as far as the Jammu Kashmir is concerned.
Let me go across to Mr. Pabi also. Mr. Pabi, both Jammu and Kashmir and Haryana poll of polls are there. But there is one thing which is, I can say, it is showing clear leads. There is a difference of lead. Percentage में फर्क है, पर leaderships दोनों में एक ही आ रही है. यानी NC Congress in Haryana and NC Congress in Jammu and Kashmir. Mr. Pabi.
Well, Karthik, yes, absolutely, I agree with you. Major picture, the helicopter view is that, Congress is winning in Haryana, and in Kashmir it is NC and Congress. So that is a broad picture. But what I will also like to add here is that generally, whatever the perception is during the polling, whatever the perception, like in Haryana, it was that Congress is winning. So the floating voters, they tend to vote for that party, which is likely to come. So I think that will also that's a factor that will play out both in Jammu and Kashmir and Haryana, and that whatever the projections are given, I think the results would be even better for the leading parties.
Fair enough. Mr. Fayaz, am I audible? Mr. Fayaz, am I audible now?
Yes.
Okay. So you said 42-47. But I remember a conversation with you long time ago when you said Engineer Rashid represents a community. Do you think that hardline opinion, radical Islamist sentiment still exists in Kashmir that Engineer Rashid is reflecting, or has it been diluted?
It depends upon the circumstances and the atmosphere you create. When Engineer Rashid came out to contest the elections, he contested the Lok Sabha elections from jail. There was a sympathy factor, and nobody had visualized a sort of a wave that time until the last moment. It was clear that the contest was between the National Conference and the People's Conference in North Kashmir, exactly the way it was between National Conference and PDP in Srinagar and National Conference and PDP in Anantnag. So it was clear. Later on, some developments took place. Engineer Rashid was released on bail. We are not here to comment that this was an outcome of the executive's intervention on the judiciary. We have no evidence like that, but there were serious allegations were leveled on the BJP.
My question is very simple. We are in a TV debate. Do you think that constituency exists or it doesn't exist?
That constituency does exist very much. Yes.
Okay. So it exists very much. Okay. So I'll come to you, Mr. Fayaz. I'll come to you. So that constituency exists very much. So when we talk about that constituency, it means there are changes which 370 has made, but there are some changes which 370 has not made. Ajit.
See, what has happened is that the population, the general population of Jammu and Kashmir believe that Omar Abdullah and the National Conference basically takes a position which is the popular position, what we call the median voter theorem of Jammu and Kashmir. And if you see, Omar Abdullah is the main leader who rebutted Prime Minister Modi each time Prime Minister Modi spoke. Well, in fact, all the popular issues that at one time Hurriyat would sort of talk about, I saw Omar Abdullah talking about the same issues. You know, the fact that the entire young population of Jammu and Kashmir is inside jail. He said, if I become the chief minister, first thing I'll do is I'll take them out of the jail, for example. Now, that is a position in the past taken by separatists. Omar Abdullah is taking that. Then the question of statehood, restoration of statehood became the most important agenda. He talks about Article 370. However, if you see, his father said, well, that's a long thing. So the important thing is statehood. Restoration of statehood right now is exactly what people of Jammu and Kashmir want. And he kind of sort of voices
So are you
that.
saying that the issue of full statehood will become stronger with this new government in?
Absolutely.
Okay.
In fact, of course, it requires a ratification by Parliament, but at the same time, if they form a stable
The demand,
government,
I'm talking about demand. Ratification is by Parliament. Mr. Prasad, you have covered Congress party very closely. Last time when, Congress had this hope, when Chhattisgarh, Madhya Pradesh and Rajasthan they won, instead of consolidating the position of Rahul Gandhi, it turned into a long drama. And then deputy chief ministers and chief ministers were sworn in, though there was a quote from Leo Tolstoy and all that. But at that particular point of time, it was an indication that Gandhis were not in control of the states, which became very, very clear during the Bharat Jodo Yatra, in which the way Mr. Gehlot defied Rahul. In this case, both of them, do you think the election results will consolidate the position of Rahul Gandhi further after Lok Sabha election results, or will it continue to be a challenge for him in context of state satraps behaving with Delhi Congress High Command?
I think, Karthik, it will be a bag of both.
Bag of both?
Yeah, I'll tell you why I'm saying so. A, of course, it consolidates Rahul Gandhi's position vis-a-vis the fact that after Lok Sabha, where the party emerged to a position to come to the leader of opposition position state, number one, he is asserting himself on many issues, trying to be the voice of people on the opposition benches. A. B, he also knows he has to deal with the regional satraps if he really needs to have the party under control. And that is where, very symbolically, it has been pointed out many a time by BJP, even today, the way in which he kind of clasped the hand of Hooda and Shelja, the import was not lost. And let me say, as you mentioned, it immediately brought back memories of two other pictures of Madhya Pradesh and Rajasthan, where Rahul Gandhi caught the hands on one side of Kamal Nath, other side of Jyotiraditya, and in Rajasthan of Ashok Gehlot and Sachin Pilot. What happened in Madhya Pradesh, we all know. Rajasthan, what happened, we know. So that challenge will always be there, but I think this time he's on a slightly stronger wicket.
Stronger wicket. Do you think with this sort of a mandate, it will be easy for Rahul Gandhi to appoint a CM of his choice, or will it empower Bhupender Singh Hooda, who will enjoy a majority of MLAs within the Congress Parivar in legislature?
I think that again is a toss, unlike
I'm asking for assessment.
No, yeah, I said unlike the time when Sonia Gandhi was there, it was different. Rahul Gandhi knows the ground realities are not so strongly in favor. That's why I said he will be a slightly stronger position. One, he will also have to be played by the ear. It's not going to be that easy for him to impose per se his candidature. It's not going to be easy. So he'll have to try to build that consensus within to try and see is there a way forward. Because if Hooda emerges as the number of seats the exit poll seems to say, and we all seem to, it's not going to be easy for him to say, step aside Mr. Hooda, I am going to put in somebody else. You did it in Channi's case, we all know, I mean very recently or even that time, Sunil Jankar said he had the maximum votes in the legislature party, but the party bought in Channi, and look what happened there. So I think one is wizened by these developments too, instead of pushing everything the way you think you should be doing it.
In context of BJP, Bijesh, do you think that the alarm bells would ring? And do you think that Mr. Saini might face the chop block?
Well, I see this. It's no fault of Mr. Saini. I'm reminded of an election in Delhi where after
No, I'm saying in case he loses the election, do you think that the blame will fall on his shoulder?
See, I mean, I don't think so, because I'll give you an example of Delhi only, that, after loss, the state Delhi chief, he said that he has been sacked and he has put in his papers. So we all tried calling him. After 10 minutes, picked the call. He said like, boss, मेरे हाथ में क्या है? मेरे कहने से एक टिकट नहीं दिया गया. मेरे ऊपर हार की जिम्मेदारी कैसे आती है? So anybody, if even the BJP tries to put the blame on Mr. Naib Singh Saini, which I don't think they will, I think it's evident to everybody as to what is Mr. Saini's position in the BJP party. He could not, he said that he's going to contest from Ladwa and one more place. The state chief said no, he's going to contest from Ladwa, and he has made to cut a sorry figure. The chief minister didn't know where he was going to contest from.
Okay.
This is the cued in Mr. Saini is as far as the BJP thing is.
So,
so how are you going to blame
so
him?
it's a tough job which Mr. Saini has got from Mr. Khattar. But even before Mr. Hooda has got a job, he still has a tough job. He's reacting to what Sailja said. Let us play out that bite of Bhupinder Singh Hooda.
कांग्रेस की पद्धति है, एमएलए बनेंगे, उनसे उनकी राय जाने जाएगी, हाई कमांड फैसला करेंगे, जो भी फैसला करेंगे मंजूर होगा।
शैलजा जी भी अलग
सबका अधिकार है, आप भी उम्मीदवार हो सकते, कोई ये थोड़ा ही, आप भी अपना पुट योर हैट, हु सेज नो, दिस इज डेमोक्रेसी, एवरीबॉडी शुड एस्पायर, और जितने ज़्यादा उम्मीदवार होंगे इसका मतलब उतनी कांग्रेस पार्टी मजबूत है।
आपको लगता है शैलजा जी का भी अधिकार है?
क्यों नहीं है, हमारी सीनियर लीडर है वो, क्यों नहीं है।